This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Thanks for tuning in to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9 as we get ready for state softball action here in Alamogordo. The Class 5A state championships begin today, and Alamogordo hosting Carlsbad. The Lady Tigers, the 2 seed, and the Cave Girls, the number 15 seed. I'm Charles Winnicke. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show as the Lady Tigers look to advance. This is an elimination game, only single elimination game of the tournament, and then, of course, we move to double elimination after this. And mind you, there will be a single elimination game after that. Probably misspoke that, but certainly a important day. You can't have any kind of mistakes, and we've seen some close games in these 116, 215, 314 matchups over the years. And Carlsbad, we know, is a stellar program, and so I think we're going to end up seeing some good softball here today, because we're also going to get a 7 versus 10 matchup following this game as the Bulldogs face off. You got the Albuquerque High School Lady Bulldogs and the Las Cruces High School Lady Bulldogs. A little bit different spelling between the two, but should see some good games today as everywhere across the state in 5A and in 4A, the first round games getting underway. 3A, single A through double A, they got started on Wednesday. And, of course, next week we'll crown state champions across all the classifications up in Albuquerque. Lady Tigers come into today's matchup at 21-5. The Cave Girls at 14-12. These two teams did play back in March up in Rio Rancho. Lady Tigers got the win 6-0 in that first matchup, but that's 6 weeks ago, and all those records don't really mean a ton at this point. That's all you needed to do in order to make the playoffs. Maybe get yourself a good seed. Now, all that matters is winning, so you kind of just have to forget about what you've done up to this point, or at least not take any overconfidence going in on based on what you did, because you got to go out there and perform today and tomorrow, for that matter, for whoever comes out on top of this afternoon's matchup. Beautiful day today, sunny skies, a tad on the warm side, but I think we're in the 80s. Breeze coming in from a little bit of a different direction. It's coming across the field. Usually when we get wind this time of the year, it's blowing in straight from center field, which is we're facing towards the southwest if we're looking out towards center field. So across the field, it's kind of a north or northeast wind that is going to be blowing across the field. But it's not too strong. Doesn't seem like it's anything that should affect much throughout the game, but we'll see. We're going to have starting lineups for y'all. We'll run through these two teams' journey to get to this point. And, of course, we're about 10 minutes away from first pitch. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers, the number 2 seed in 5A, and the Carlsbad Cave Girls, the number 15 seed. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. We'll be back right after this here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan those special vacations, those home improvements, and simply pay off those high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Hi, I'm Michael with First National Bank. We've been serving our community for 70 years. Our mission is still simple, putting people first. We're local and invested in helping our community thrive. That's what sets First National Bank apart.
Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit, whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief. We can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch Complex on this Friday afternoon. About 10 minutes away from first pitch between Alamogordo and Carlsbad in the Class 5A first round. Let's start with Carlsbad and how they got here. 14-12 this season. They finished second place in their district, which is District 4, out in the eastern part of the state. Hobbs and Roswell and Clovis, their district counterparts. Opened up with a couple wins at the beginning of the year. They beat Albuquerque High 4-3. We're going to see Albuquerque High here in Alamogordo later today. They are the 7th seed. San Diego is a state playoff team as well. Beat them early in the season. Would lose to Mayfield and Las Cruces. Again, both playoff teams. Mayfield, the number 1 seed. Cruces is the 10 seed. They would lose a pair to Centennial at home. Centennial's in as a 9 seed. Lovington's a playoff team in 4A. They lost a close game to them, 6-5. Lost a close game to Aztec, 5-3. That was up at the Rio Rancho tournament. They would beat Bloomfield and Rio Rancho in the next 2 games. Rio Rancho's in the postseason. Pretty much you look at their entire season in their non-district, everybody made the playoffs 4A, 5A that they faced off against. We talked about the game back on the 28th of March. Alamogordo beat them 6-0. Then they would top Kirtland Central to finish up that tournament in Rio Rancho. They drop a pair to Artesia. That's the number 1 seed in Class 4A. And then they got into districts, won pretty comfortably against Clovis and Roswell in a couple of doubleheaders to start the season. Lost 2 really close games to both. They would then beat Clovis again pretty comfortably. Roswell gave them a bit of a tougher time in their second matchup, but Carlsbad did get the win both times there. And then they would split their doubleheader against Hobbs in the second go-around, 6-1, 5-2. That gave Hobbs the district championship and a slightly higher seed than what Carlsbad picked up. I think Hobbs is the 12, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they're at Cleveland. Yeah, I believe that's correct. So, or... Yeah, because that would be the 5-12 matchup. Anyway, they are, I think they're technically at Los Lunas, but they're playing Cleveland today is Hobbs. But I think, again, you look at Carlsbad's schedule this year, and they played a lot of close games against really good teams. And, I mean, the schedule could look a lot different. Their seed could be a lot different. This is a solid softball team that's coming in. You look at, Lovington and Aztec and Artesia and Centennial, and, I mean, those are all games that they certainly had the opportunity to win, and a couple of those against Hobbs. And so, I mean, we're talking about a team that wins maybe 16, 17, 18 games instead of 14, or maybe they get around the 20-win mark, and it's a completely different story. So I would imagine they're excited. Hey, we're in the postseason. We're going to try and make something happen here. That's going to be their goal going into this matchup. For the Lady Tigers, it's been a great year. They came into district undefeated, and they played one of, if not the toughest non-district schedule that anybody had in the state. If you go look at the Max Preps rankings, I think Alamogordo has the toughest schedule based on their rating, but beats Silver, who's one of the best teams in 4A, Los Lunas, who's a top 4 seed in 5A, Cobre, who's a very good 3A team, Goddard, Bernalillo, Artesia, who's the top seed in 4A, Cibola, who's a solid 5A team, made the playoffs. Sandia made the playoffs, got a win over them, beat Los Lunas again. Carlsbad, as we mentioned, they beat Aztec to win the Rio Rancho tournament. Had a tough start to district, lost their first 2 games. Only took 1 out of 3 against Centennial. They would get 2 out of 3 in some super competitive games against Oregon Mountain. Got 1 out of 3 against Mayfields, including an extra inning win. Lost 2 other really close games. And then from that point, they won the remainder, won their last 6 against Las Cruces and Gadsden. Those were close games against Cruces in that series. And Alamo, real good chance that they could see them coming up tomorrow here if they get the win today. So Carlsbad, by the way, is in their blues with white lettering and numerals outlined in silver. Lady Tigers are in their black pinstripe uniforms, gold pinstripes, gold lettering and numerals, and outlined in white. Umpires are out on the field. We'll have a three-person crew for today's matchup, which is different than regular season. Usually it's just two, but gives you a little bit of extra coverage out there in the field and opportunity, obviously, to make the right calls a little bit easier than having a couple of field umpires out there. We're going to take another break here on the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. We'll get you your starting lineups when we return as the 2-seeded Lady Tigers and the 15-seeded Cave Girls get ready to face off here in Alamogordo.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. As we celebrate 70 years, we want to say thank you to our community for trusting us. We are honored to serve our neighbors, families, and small businesses. That's the First National Bank difference.
Member FDIC.
Are you starting your own business or looking to expand? This is Jackie at First National Bank. It's easy. Apply online at www.fnb4u.com. Let's get started.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all on subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome. Welcome back to the Lady Tiger Fast Pitch Complex as starting lineups just about to be announced, and we'll go ahead and do that as well. We'll start with Carlsbad's starting lineup for today. Brooklyn Cook is the leadoff hitter. She wears number 1 and will be playing center field. The right fielder is Amaris Martinez. She wears number 16. Maricela Reyes is the second baseman, and she'll wear number 3. The shortstop is Michaela Chester, wearing number 6. Number 2, Katrina Ortega is the pitcher. The first baseman is Anya Rentner, and she wears number 18. Allison Madrid is the left fielder, wearing number 9. Number 7, Addison Vallejos is the designated player. Vallejos. I normally don't have any trouble with that name, but I got to it. I was like, I don't know. She is the DP, and she is hitting for the third baseman, Emery Bland. She wears number 17. Number 14 is Kendra Ortega, and she is the catcher. The reserves for Carlsbad, number 12, Gracie Meacham. Number 15, Serenity Medrano. Number 10, Daisha Nieto. Number 13, Alexis Nieto. And number 5, Adeline Smith. For the Alamogordo Lady Tigers, their starting lineup looks like this. Amani Kosum will lead it off. She's the shortstop. And where's number 13? Number 12, Haley Evans, the catcher, will hit second. Hitting third is Chloe Lenar. She is the starting pitcher, wearing number 23. Number 24, Daviana Gonzalez, is the third baseman and hits cleanup. Hitting fifth is Iceland Ortiz. She's the second baseman, wearing number 15. The first baseman is Alyssa Bautista, wearing number 29. Number 19, Elise Roman, is the designated player, hitting seventh, and she is DPing for Allison Cisco, who will be playing out in right field. Number 10 is Reagan Rose. She'll be hitting eighth and playing left field. Center fielder is Chloe Evans, and she is wearing number 21. Reserves for the Lady Tigers, number 20, Parker Wade. Number 26, Ava Haley. Number 25, Addison Cisco. Number 28, Jalen Vela. Number 17, Camber Fagan. And number 11, Jocelyn Pittman. And cheering on her team, even though she's injured, is number 16, Lola Carbajal. And that's your full roster for both sides. The PA currently announcing the starting lineup for each team. Got a little Alan Parsons Project Bulls intro music going for the Lady Tigers today. Let's make it feel a little bit extra special as this state playoff game is ready to get underway here in just a few minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and take our last break, and we'll return here to the Lady Tiger Fast Pitch Complex. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show, and we're ready to get the state playoffs going. When we return, you're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All accepted credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Congratulations, class of 2026. This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. You have reached an incredible milestone, and we're so proud to celebrate this moment with you. As you step into what's next, know that your community is cheering you on. Keep believing in yourself and the endless possibilities ahead. Congratulations from all of us at First National Bank.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. We are ready to get underway for the Class 5A first round. Number 2, Alamogordo. Number 15, Carlsbad. And winner of this game advances to play tomorrow against the winner of number 7, Albuquerque High School, and number 10, Las Cruces High School, who will play directly after this. Again, just one matchup between these two teams this year. Alamogordo had the victory there, 6-0. 6 weeks ago, though, so lots has changed for both these teams since then, and we'll see what we get this afternoon. Beautiful weather, nice and sunshiny. Breeze is pretty strong. Again, it's blowing across the field from right field to left field, but I don't think it's going to be much that's going to affect the play of the game. Not strong enough where it's going to blow a fly ball really off the mark of some of these days that we have some crazy winds that it can certainly do that for sure. All right, Alamogordo is out on the field warming up, and I think maybe having a little bit of trouble in the circle right now. Chloe Lunar's been trying to warm up, and I think maybe a little too muddy. And I think they're trying to bring some of the drier dirt across to the landing spot for the pitchers. As Coach Ronnie Reyes is out there, and it looks like a few other coaches out to maybe put a little bit more dirt down before we get started in this afternoon's matchup. Well, we've got other things going on here in the Basin today as well. Alamogordo Track and Field is hosting the District 3 5A Championships. That started at 3 o'clock. Final, essentially regular season meet of the year, but last chance to qualify for state next weekend. Tularosa Baseball is at home tonight at 7 o'clock as they host Ruidoso. That's a best-of-3 series in Class 3A. They'll play at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, and if the split the first two games, they'll play a doubleheader tomorrow with the third game tentatively scheduled to start around 1 p.m. Alamogordo Tennis is in action up in Albuquerque. I've been trying to see if they will update the brackets there for that. See if Alamogordo, they ended up losing 7-2 to La Cueva. So the Alamogordo girls season comes to a close. Congrats to them on a great year, and we'll see a decent amount of them next year. I think they graduate, kind of a mix, I think, on both sides of those graduating. So, but a good year. They qualified someone in boys singles, someone in girls singles, someone in girls doubles, or a pair in girls doubles, and then the girls team made it up to state this year. So La Cueva will take on the top seed Farmington in the next round in the 5A girls team tournament. And track and field continues up in Albuquerque for Tularosa and Cloudcroft and Mescalero Apache. 2A and 3A tournament underway there. We'll have some updates on our Facebook page for that. Okay, it looks like they have fixed the issues in front of the pitching rubber and in the circle, and we're ready to get this one underway. And it will be the leadoff hitter, Brooklyn Cook, hitting from the left-hand side against the starting pitcher for the Lady Tigers, and that's the left-handed pitching, Chloe Lunar. We'll run through the defense again for you just in case you're tuning in. And here's a ground ball hit right to first. Easy play for Alyssa Bautista. And first pitch and first out. 3 unassisted for Bautista. And there's one down. So Bautista over at first. Ortiz at second. Shortstop Kosum. Third base is Gonzalez. Behind home plate, Haley Evans. Chloe Evans in center. Reagan Rose in left. Allison Cisco in right. Amaris Martinez to the plate now. And low and away, the pitch misses to the right-handed hitter, the right fielder for the Cave Girls. Time called, and umpire sees something up the line that he doesn't like. Maybe there was somebody poking their head out of the Carlsbad dugout, or there was something on the ground over there, but something he saw as a safety issue. It's fixed now. Pitch will miss low to Martinez, 2-0. One down here in the top of the first inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And the 2-0 is a swing and a miss. A little bit of a late offer there from Martinez, as Lunar gets the count to 2-1. Again, the order for Carlsbad. Martinez up now, then Reyes, Chester, Ortega, Rittner, Madrid, Vallejos, and Ortega. Missing low on the 2-1. It's 3-1 now to the Cave Girl right fielder. The 3-1 swings and misses. And after one, a little bit upstairs there, 3-2. And she was in front of it, so Chloe, I think, took a little bit off on that pitch. And now full count with the bases empty and one down in the top of the first. And the pitch. Looking for the outside corner, does not get the call, and it'll be a walk. Pretty good pitch there from Lunar. She didn't miss by much. And she gives up the base on balls. And Maricela Reyes will come to the plate now. Possibly Maricela Reyes. I apologize. I know we have some folks listening back in Carlsbad, so hopefully I'm not butchering anybody's name too badly. Pitch is going to miss outside here to Reyes. 1-0. And judging by the amount of blue shirts are here, I think a lot of Carlsbad fans made the trip over. Of course, we got a good contingent of Alamogordo fans here as the 1-0's on the way. And runner's going to go, and she is safe. Just beat it out. And the base came up out of its mooring out there, or its hole. And seemed like when Evans got the throwaway that she was going to get Martinez easily, and the ball sort of hung up a little bit in the air and allowed the runner to slide in underneath the tag. It was a close play. 2-0 the count at the plate with a runner on second now. And the pitch from Lunar. And a foul off. It's 2-1. And I think that went off of Evans. As Reyes steps back into the box, hitting from the right-hand side with a runner in scoring position. The 2-1. And a ground ball chopped foul at the first base line. And Lunar evens up the count at 2-2. A walk and a stolen base as a runner on second base for the Cave Girls. Lunar ready to go with the 2-2. Here it comes. And that's pretty well hit. They'll have to come up with it. The throw home is going to be a little bit late, scores. And the runner will advance to second base on the throw. So it's an RBI single for Maricela Reyes. And it's 1-0 Carlsbad here in the top of the first inning. So it'll be Michaela Chester to the plate now. Again with the runner in scoring position. As that pitch will miss inside. And the count is 1-0. Lunar winds and deals. Ground ball, chop foul up the first base line. And the count's 1-1. A walk and then an RBI singles, but Carlsbad in front here early, 1-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Top of the first inning. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That is going to roll to the catcher, Evans. The runner, Reyes, got almost about halfway in between second and third, and no attempt to throw that direction. I'm sure if they had tried to throw to second base, she would have tried to go third, and this is going to come inside and hit Chester. So tough start here early for the Lady Tigers. Walk single and hit by pitch. Still not a ton of damage done if you're the Lady Tigers, but Carlsbad certainly trying to take advantage of the situation and get a bigger earlier lead. So it's one down with two on, and Katrina Ortega will come to the plate trying to help her own cause as the pitcher hits for the first time today. Tries to lay down a bunt, but she'll hit it foul up the first base line, and it's 0-1. Roddy steps back in. And here comes the pitch from Lunar. That's going to miss up, maybe a bit outside. And the count evens up now 1-1. The pitch. Fouled off. This time out of play up the first base side. And the count's 1-2. Now seeing more and more fans starting to make their way in. It's still a little bit before quitting time on this Friday. So I think we're going to see a bigger crowd as time goes along. The 1-2. And again, fouled off. This one will be deflected off the end of the bat to the screen. And it'll stay 1-2 to Katrina Ortega. Reyes at second. Chester at first for Carlsbad. And the Cave Girls leading 1-0 in the top of the first inning over Alamogordo. And a ground ball to the right side. They'll take the for sure out at first. The runners move up to second and third. Might have had a chance to go to second and get the force there, but now you can focus on the hitter at the plate and get out of this inning. If the Lady Tigers can get out of here with just one run on the board, I think they'll feel fortunate about that. But Anya Rentner is got different plans for that as she comes up to the right-hand side and swings and misses at the first offering. 2 down and 2 on in the top of the first inning. Carlsbad up 1-0. And 0-1 the count to the Cave Girl first baseman. The 0-1. And a chopper that will be over towards first. And it'll be an easy play there for Batista. She'll step on the bag, and the inning is over. So all in all, 1 run. Lady Tigers avoid any further damage. Carlsbad leaves 2 on. They get 1 hit in the inning. And it is 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger Softball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All accepted credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 12:30, 101.9, bottom of the first inning. Carlsbad leads Alamogordo 1-0. Class 5A state tournament, first round. Amani Kosum leads it off. And she watched the first pitch miss. She'll watch the second one miss as well as she starts out hitting from the left-hand side. Amani's probably been the best hitter for Alamogordo all season long. She has been hitting north of 600 this season and has been a very, very difficult out. Katrina Ortega is the pitcher for Carlsbad. We'll run through their defensive setup again as the pitch misses high, and it's 3-0. Amani may get on the base early here. And she'll watch that in for a strike, 3-1. Amani will head back over to the opposite side now. Lady Tigers order: Amani Kosum, Haley Evans, and Chloe Lunar. Then Davi Gonzalez, Iceland Ortiz, Alyssa Bautista, Elise Ramon, Reagan Rose, and Chloe Evans. That's right in there for a strike. 3-2. Defensively for Carlsbad, mentioned Ortega. Then the catcher is Ortega, but that's Kendra. So Katrina the pitcher and Kendra the catcher. 3-2. And a swing and a miss. So after falling behind 3-0, and a nice bounce back there for Katrina Ortega as she gets the first out. Not many times that we've seen Amani strike out this season. The Haley Evans to the plate, Lady Tiger catcher. Rest of the infield for Carlsbad. The first baseman is Rentner. Second baseman Reyes. Shortstop is Chester. And the third baseman Bland. Evans will watch this one roll back to the catcher. And it's 1-0. Outfield from left to right for Carlsbad: Madrid, Cook, and Martinez. The 1-0 on the way. That comes in and hits Evans. And Haley will get on the base paths here. And they'll bring up Chloe Lunar for the Lady Tigers. See if Alamo's thinking about a courtesy runner for Evans or if they're going to leave her out there. I think they're going to do a courtesy runner. No, make me a liar. Yep, she's staying out there. Okay. And that's not unusual. Evans a lot of times runs base pass. A lot of catchers don't. She a little bit different on that. Pitch going to miss way high to Lunar, and it's 1-0. That was up above the head. Now Lunar is as dangerous a hitter as there probably is out there in the state at any given time. And she'll hit a ground ball to second, though. This could be two. A little bit of trouble for Reyes. Toss on to first. Nope, it's going to go off the glove of the first baseman. It was a high throw. And an E4 is going to put runners on the corners with one out for the Lady Tigers. So initially the ball just came up into the chest of Reyes. And then when she went to throw it, she was in a hurry to try to get it over there and tossed it a little bit high. Clipped off the top of the glove of Rentner. And the Lady Tigers have first and third with one out. And Davi Gonzalez, who has kind of taken the spoils of hitting in this number 4 spot with Kosum and Evans and Lunar in front of her in the order, and she's had a ton of RBIs this season, as the first pitch to her is going to miss, and the count's 1-0. Now, when you get to the state playoffs, errors are as big of anything that can cost you a game, especially if it ends up being a close one, is the 1-0 will be right at the knees and in there for a strike, 1-1. We're talking about that on the roundup a little bit earlier today in regards to the Lady Tigers, is, avoiding, mistakes here and there. Just the little things that could make a huge difference in whether you get out there and get a victory. That'll miss low and away there to Gonzalez, 2-1. But long way to go in this game. We're just in the bottom of the first, but Lady Tigers trying to tie it up. 1-0 Carlsbad in front. The lefty Gonzalez, right-handed pitching Katrina Ortega. And a swing and a miss. They'll make a pickoff throw over to third as Evans advanced to second base on basically indifference there. They were trying to catch Alamogordo working the double steal there and threw the pickoff throw to third instead of trying to get Lunar out at second base. So it's second and third now. Here comes the 2-2. And fouled off by Gonzalez as she sends it off the screen behind home plate. And the count will stay 2-2. Winner of this game plays tomorrow at 11 a.m. They'll face either Las Cruces High School or Albuquerque High School will play at the conclusion of this game. And Davi hits one high in the air out to deep center field. It is over the wall, a 3-run home run for Davi Gonzalez, and the Lady Tigers in front, 3-1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And she is surrounded by her teammates at home plate, and the Lady Tigers, with one swing of the bat, have their first lead of the day. Absolutely tattooed to straightaway center. Thought maybe it would hold up, but it continued to carry over the fence. Cook out there in center had plenty of time to get there, had her back up against the fence, but it was too far gone, and Alamogordo leads 3-1. It'll bring up Iceland Ortiz now with the bases empty. Chose bunt, brings it back, called strike, and it's 0-1. Now, this team has been a dangerous hitting team all season long. And it's been a lot of different ladies that have, but this top four in the order. And I'm going to throw in Ice as well. She has really hit the ball well since she came back from injury. She'll swing and miss at an off-speed pitch from Katrina Ortega. 1-1. But she has really hit the ball well over the last 4 or 5 weeks that she's been in the lineup. She started the season on the injured list. The 1-1. And she'll lift this towards left field, but she is going to send it foul up the third base line. And the count is 1-2. And I got to think that maybe got the nerves out a little bit for the Lady Tigers after I would say a little bit of a nervy start in the top of the first inning. As here comes the 1-2 from Katrina Ortega. She's going to miss high and outside. And the count evens up at 2-2. But as I had said just a short while ago, such a long way to go in this game. But both teams off to strong offensive starts in the first frame. Check swing, did she go around? She did. And that's going to be the second strikeout of the inning for Katrina Ortega. 2 down. And it'll bring up the left-handed hitting Alyssa Bautista now for the Lady Tigers. That's a good response, though, from Katrina Ortega. You give up the home run, and then you strike out the next hitter. And so Bautista, the first baseman for the Lady Tigers, will step in. And Ortega will send that across and catch the outside corner. She's got good variety in her speeds. She's good at taking some off, but her fastball has got nice zip to it. Here comes the 0-1. And a foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and it's 0-2. Bautista, one of 4 seniors on this Lady Tiger team. We've already seen Kosum and Evans and Parker Wade as well. The 0-2. And that's going to miss away. And the count's 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Another good off-speed delivery there from Ortega, and she gets the third strikeout of the inning. So we go to the top of the second. Alamogordo leads 3-1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Hi, I'm Rachel with First National Bank. This year marks our 70th anniversary, and through every decade, one thing has remained constant: our dedication to community. We live here, we work here, and we're invested in the success of our neighbors. While big banks look outward, we stay rooted right here, building relationships that help our community thrive. That's the difference at First National Bank.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's
Tiger Circle. 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As Chloe Lunar gets the inning started with a called strike. And she starts the inning facing the number 7 hitter, Ali Madrid. And goes to her spin ball, which is going to miss low. She kind of has to warm that up. She doesn't seem to hit the strike zone a lot early in the game with that pitch. But as it goes along, she tends to get a bit more consistent with it. And fouled off here by Madrid on the 1-1. It's 1-2 now. 3-1 Lady Tigers on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, top of the second inning. Davi Gonzalez with the big 3-run home run to give Alamogordo the lead. In the top half of the inning, it was Maricela Reyes who had the RBI single to put Carlsbad in front at that juncture. Low and away on the 1-2, 2-2. And the wind of the pitch. Called strike 3 as she runs it along the inside corner. And that is Chloe's first strikeout of the day. One down as number 7, Addison Valles, comes to the plate. Hitting from the right-hand side. She's the designated player, hits for the third baseman, Emery Bland. Left-handed pitching Lunar into her motion, and she'll miss off the outside corner on the first pitch, 1-0. And a swing and a miss, and she runs that one over the middle of the plate. 1-1. Lunar ready to go. Here's the pitch, and that looks like it's in there. Yes, on the outside half the plate. That's a tough pitch to handle when she's running right at the knees with that fastball on the outside corner. For a righty, I think that's probably hard to make good contact on. Here comes the 1-2. Can't quite get it that time. That was a little bit further off. 2-2. As I said, crowd continues to filter in. And I imagine there's probably some Albuquerque High and Las Cruces High fans that are working their way in. Swing and a miss, and another strikeout for Lunar. So a much stronger start to the inning for Chloe. And she gets back-to-back strikeouts here against the 7 and 8 hitters. Now the number 9 hitter, number 14, Kendra Ortega, the catcher, will get her first chance to swing the bat today. Lunar will take a grab of the rosin bag before she steps back to the pitching rubber. And rolls it in her left hand on her left hip, now into her glove, into her motion. Here's a ground ball to short. Kosum's got it. Toss on to first, on to time. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Lady Tigers in the top of the second. Alamogordo leads 3-1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Lady Tiger softball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. It's 3-1 Alamogordo, bottom of the second, and the Lady Tigers will send up their 7, 8, and 9 hitters up for the first time today. And it'll be Elise Roman who will hit from the right-hand side.
Okay, you're fine. I ain't going nowhere, Lily.
That's going to be in there for a strike. The 0-1. Swing and a miss from Roman. Katrina Ortega continues in the circle for Carlsbad. Coach Ronnie Reyes out in the third base box. Sometimes he's been out there this season, not quite as much as he normally does for the Lady Tigers. But good to see him back out there. Pitch is going to miss high, 1-2. Long wait here for the pitch. And now Ortega's ready to go. And hit opposite field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Good piece of two-strike hitting there from Elise Roman. And she's fired up as she's trying to get her bench fired up as well. Gets a big high five from Coach Fernando Lunar in the first base box. And Reagan Rose will come to the plate. Reagan's one of those young players that I think is going to be one to watch over the next few years. She's really impressed with the way that she pitched against was it Las Cruces or Gadsden? I think it was Cruces last week. Or the week before last. And she's been a solid hitter when she's gotten her opportunities at the plate as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt here with nobody out. And she'll pop up the bunt, but it's going to go foul, and caught a little bit of a break there that didn't go right towards the pitcher or hang up a little bit more in the air because catcher Kendra Ortega was quickly out of her stance to try to get after that, but just dropped to the ground in front of her. So it'll be 0-2, and now Reagan will have to swing the bat here. Roman at first base for the Lady Tigers. And it's going to miss high. 1-2 the count. And foul tip and into the glove, and that is going to be a strikeout. So it's one down, and it'll bring up Chloe Evans. Evans, another, again, youngster, 8th grader in this group that has got a lot of speed, has hit the ball well at times this year. I say youngster, they're all young, but some a little bit younger than others, or I guess I should say less experienced at the varsity level. 1-0 as the pitch misses high. And not unusual for the Lady Tigers. They, very rarely have a huge senior class. And brings the bunt back on another pitch that misses just above the belt, 2-0. And 8th graders, freshmen, over the years have gotten lots and lots of playing time. the 2-0. Called strike as that runs the inside corner. Again, Evans showing bunt. So 2-1. And she'll try to put down a bunt, but she'll foul it off. And I think I don't know if she just hit that off herself or, oh, she lost her shoe. Huh. I don't see that happen too often. Well, she's taking a knee again, so she may be a little banged up here. And her dad's one of the assistant coaches. He's coming out to check on her now. David Maldonado, the Alamogordo Public Schools athletic trainer. Yeah, so she must have taken it off of her right foot, and in that process, she lost her cleat. And so I don't know if it was actually the softball coming off her foot or just as she went to go and run that the shoe came off, so like she rolled her ankle something, but a lot of traffic in the way, so difficult to tell what exactly happened there, but they're going to relace her shoe, and looks like she's going to stay in the game. So a reset here as we're in the bottom of the second inning on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 3-1, the Lady Tigers in front. There's one out, a runner on first base. The Lady Tigers took the lead in the bottom of the first on a 3-run home run from Davi Gonzalez. And they had brought out, Amani had brought out, looked like a knee brace. Or maybe it's an elbow guard. I'm not sure which one it is. So she took a run over to third base just to make sure she's okay, and everybody heading back to the dugout now as she'll be ready to go. The run for Carlsbad came off an RBI single from Maricela Reyes. She scored Amaris Martinez, who had walked and stole a base and got into scoring position. Lady Tigers trying to put something together here at the bottom of the order. So it's 2-1 the count. Katrina Ortega in the circle for Carlsbad, and she's ready to go. And the pitch from the righty is going to miss high. And 3-1 now to Evans. Chloe, the younger sister of Haley Evans. Haley, one of those Lady Tiger seniors that'll graduate here in just a couple weeks. The 3-1. And she'll hit this out to left field for a base hit. And so the Lady Tigers with a couple of singles here at the bottom of the order in the number 7 and number 9 slots, and now back to the top of the order with Amani Kosum, who's 0 for 1. She struck out in her first try. And she'll have a quick chat with Coach Ronnie Reyes before this gets going. And Kosum will start off here from the right-hand batter's box. And she'll watch the first pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, exactly what the Lady Tigers would have hoped for here. Get a couple runners on in the bottom of the order and then get back to the top half of the order with a chance to extend the lead. Swing and a miss, and 0-2. Kosum takes a couple of beats outside the batter's box, taps the end of the bat on the ground, and now steps back in, waiting the 0-2. And she's going to send this over towards third base, and it's going to get through. And she just sort of poked the bat out there and able to send it into left field. And it's a bases loaded here for Haley Evans. And we're going to see a visit from the Carlsbad dugout as they're going to chat it over with Katrina Ortega. So 3 singles in the inning from Roman and Evans and Kosum, and the Lady Tigers have a golden opportunity to break this game open, up 3-1 right now. Still just 1 out in the inning. And Haley Evans, an exceptionally dangerous hitter. She has the power to get it out of the ballpark. She got on the base paths with a hit by pitch her first time up, getting some final instructions from Coach Fernando Lunar after the meeting in the circle is over. And she'll step into the right-hand batter's box with the bases loaded. Cave girls will bring the infield in, looking for, on a ground ball, a force out at home to avoid the run from scoring. And that'll get in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1 to Evans. Four hits now for the Lady Tigers in the game, 3 of them in this inning. Outside, 1-1. Now, obviously, you want to be careful to a hitter of Evans' caliber, but obviously nowhere to put him now. The 1-1's in the dirt, and it's going to kick away. Ramon going to try to score. She's in there, safe at home plate. Lady Tigers have a 4-1 lead on the wild pitch. Runners move up to second and third. That was a bang play. Elise, not the fastest runner on this Lady Tiger team, but she was hustling down the line and was able to slide in head first. So 2-1 here to Evans. She swings and misses, and 2-2 now. Now still a chance for Carlsbad to get out of this without a whole lot of damage, but a base hit. And this one has a totally different look. Oh, a swing and a check swing, actually, but it's going to go around Evans. It was running on that outside corner, and she felt like she needed to offer at it, but comes up empty. Huge strikeout there for Katrina Ortega. I thought for a second maybe they would intentionally walk Lunar, but well, judging what Davi did in the last at-bat, I'm not sure you want to do that. That's probably a little bit low, but a called strike, and it's 0-1. Coach Ronnie Ray is not particularly fond of that call. That's going to miss. That one was probably a bit more in the strike zone than the last one, 1-1. But I believe it missed outside. So far, the strike zone, I feel like, has been really good from this home plate umpire today. Ground ball to the right side. Reyes got it cleanly. Toss on to first. And Carlsbad should be pumped by how that inning finished up. Lady Tigers had bases loaded with 1 out, and they only get 1 run across. They extend their lead, though, 4-1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports in 1230, 101.9.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan those special vacations, those home improvements, and simply pay off those high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Hi, I'm Michael with First National Bank. We've been serving our community for 70 years. Our mission is still simple, putting people first. We're local and invested in helping our community thrive. That's what sets First National Bank apart.
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Welcome back as the Lady Tigers lead 4-1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And the Lady Tigers will see the top of the order for Carlsbad. Brooklyn Cook, Amaris Martinez, and Maricela Reyes. Lefty versus lefty here. to begin the inning. And that's in there for a strike. Big pop of the glove, 0-1. Top of the third inning as Cook grounded out to first base in her first at-bat. And try to get that spin ball to drop in for a strike. Just missed out on the zone, I think. But that was the best one she's thrown on the day, but dropped low. That's a difficult pitch for hitters to really do anything with, even if they make contact on it. The 1-1. That'll miss low and away. 2-1. Lennar tired the last 5 that she's faced after giving up that RBI single in the first inning. Here's the 2-1. And a foul off by Cook. 2-2. Carlsbad tried to gain the momentum early on. Looked like they had it, but the Lady Tigers ripped it back their direction with that big home run in the first inning and extend their lead in the second, but still lots of time left as this is hit softly in the air and a little bit of trouble over at second base. That kind of caught Ortiz in between. One of those that she probably would have better served to charge at and catch it in the air, but tried to play it off the hop and went past her. I don't know if error or single is the right call there, but we'll give a single to Cook on it. And Martinez will come to the plate now. She walked and scored. Also picked up a stolen base her last time up. Bunt, and that's going to be fouled off behind home plate. And it's 0-1 as Martinez was looking to move that runner up, maybe get on with the bunt single. She showed her speed off on the steal of second base in the first inning. And we'll watch Cook over there at first. Usually your leadoff hitters are speedy, but this is fouled off by Martinez. And that puts Lennar ahead in the count 0-2. Hitter steps back in. And here comes the pitch. And hit well, but it's going to be hit foul. Goes off the top of the Lady Tigers batting cages over on the first base side. And the count is 0-2. Leadoff single for Cook has got a base runner on. And 2 strikes again here to Martinez. And low and away, but she's going to go around on it. She regretted that immediately. She just sort of lost the momentum or lost the position and waved her bat at it, and that'll be the 3rd strikeout of the day for Lennar. That's one of those, if you're going to go down striking out swinging, you want it to be a big swing at it, and she was doing her best to hold up, but couldn't quite do it. Misses inside on the first to Reyes, 1-0. Reyes with the RBI single for the Cave Girls. And she does have a runner on. We'll see if Cook maybe is trying to steal second. Doesn't go this time, and a called strike on the outside corner. And the count evens up at 1-1. Pretty warm afternoon today. Lots of umbrellas up in the stands. We'll see more and more of those as we get up to state next week. It's going to be pretty darn warm next week for everybody. It's low and away. 2-1. I will say these kids have already been through that this year, though. Back in March, they were playing in mid-90-degree temperatures. We had that little bit of a heat wave right as spring was starting, so they at least got to experience that a bit early in the season with the heat coming up. That's going to miss outside. 3-1 now to Reyes. And I would imagine for Carlsbad ladies, it's Tends to be a little bit warmer over in Carlsbad than it does here, so they probably have no issue with that at all. Here comes the 3-1. Low and away, and it's a walk. Now, it certainly seemed like they were being pretty cautious in the way they were pitching to Reyes there. So, and Michaela Chester with a huge opportunity here. We've already seen somebody with a big hit with a couple runners on. One swing of the bat could tie up this ball game. Runners on first and second with one down. And a check swing into the netting behind home plate. 0-1 to Chester, who reached on a hit by pitch her first time up. The 0-1. And she lays down a bunt. And they'll throw back to first and get the out there, so there's two down. Well, I don't know if you necessarily expect your number 4 hitter to put down a bunt there, but she does move the runners up. And it'll give Katrina Ortega an opportunity to draw this game a little bit closer as the pitcher comes up for the second time today. She grounded out to second in her first time up. Good movement by the Lady Tiger defense there as Ortiz came over to cover first base as Bautista played the bunt. Check swing, and going around is Ortega, 0-1. Two runners on for Carlsbad. They've already left 2 on base today back in the first inning. And a swing and a miss. She chases one low and away, and 0-2 as Lunar tries to get out of the jam here. And she toes the rubber and is ready to go. Here comes the 0-2. Low and away, and it's 1-2. And 2 outs. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and struck her out. Big strikeout there from Lunar. Carlsbad leaves a couple on. They get a single and a walk, and the Lady Tigers still lead this one 4-1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch. I think there was some sort of change that the home plate umpire marked down. I don't see anything. Like defensively, it looks like the same setup for Carlsbad, but the pitcher is still Katrina Ortega. She winds and deals, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. Davi Gonzalez, who has the big hit of the day, the 3-run home run. That is the difference in this ball game, as the Lady Tigers are in front 4-1. she'll watch this one miss high. And the count evens up at 1-1. So it's Davi, it's Ice, and Alyssa for the Lady Tigers. And if you're just tuning in, defensive setup for Carlsbad, Ortega and Ortega, the battery. Katrina pitching to Kendra. As here comes the 1-1. And that's going to, I think, be fouled off, or was it? Oh, no, because it hit her harm. Well, nope, they're going to say foul ball that it went off the bat. Okay, and I guess it went off the butt of the bat. So 1-2 now to Gonzalez as Ortega winds and deals. And a swing and a miss from Davi, and there's one down. In the infield for Carlsbad, Rentner at first base, Reyes at second. Shortstop is Chester, and the third baseman Bland. In the outfield, it's Madrid, Cook, and Martinez from left to right. So Ice to the plate. She struck out her first time up. He squares around a bunt to start. Now puts the bat on her shoulder. Now puts down the bunt. And they throw to first is in time. Just beat her out. Couldn't quite tell from here, but yeah. It looked like they got it there in time. There was a little bit of miscommunication between the third baseman, Bland, and the pitcher, Ortega. Ortega eventually charged and grabbed it and tossed it on to first in time. And there's two down. And that'll miss outside. To Alyssa Bautista, who struck out in her first at-bat. And a soft little ground ball right to the circle. Easy for Ortega. And that'll do it for the inning. A strikeout and a couple of groundouts. And the Lady Tigers continue with a 4-1 lead. We're through three complete on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All accepted credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And the leadoff hitter here for the Cave Girls is Anya Rentner, and she fouls off the first pitch from Chloe Lunar. Lady Tigers in front 4-1 over the Cave Girls on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Number 2 seed Alamogordo, number 15 seed Carlsbad in the 5-8 first round playoffs. The 0-1, they'll miss outside, 1-1. 6, 7, and 8 in the order here for Carlsbad, Rentner, then Madrid, and Vallejos. Lady Tigers defensively, Lunar pitching, Haley Evans catching, Batista, Ortiz, Kosum, and Gonzalez the rest of the infield as the spin ball will miss. 2-1. Rose and Chloe Evans and Allison Cisco in the outfield for Alamogordo. Big hit of the game, bottom of the first inning. Davi Gonzalez, 3-run home run. And fouled off back to the screen, and the count evens up at 2-2. Carlsbad's 1 RBI back in the first inning off the bat of Maricela Reyes. As here comes the pitch from Lunar. And this is hit in the air out towards right field. Cisco charging on it. And she is going to cut it off, but not before it drops. And good piece of opposite field hitting there from Rentner. As Carlsbad again gets the leadoff hitter on. Second straight inning they've done that. And that is hit number 3 on the day for Carlsbad. Alamo with 4 hits. And Carlsbad with 1 error, and you could certainly argue Alamo's got an error as well. I think I gave the Carlsbad hitter a single, so. And that'll hit the outside corner for a called strike here to Ali Madrid, who struck out her first time up. Lunar with 4 strikeouts today. And a ground ball over towards first, and they're going to go to second, and they're going to get her there. Put the tag down. I don't know if they needed to put the tag down. Wait, hold on. Oh, they called it a foul ball. Okay. Well, they let the play go, and then eventually we got a foul ball call, and I don't know if that was the home plate umpire or the field umpire. And so they're going to talk this one over as Coach Ronnie Reyes comes out. And going to ask the home plate umpire and the field umpire to discuss it. And so you can hear the field umpire saying where the ball at, and now the home plate umpire kind of seemed like sort of aggressive to get Coach Reyes back into the dugout. Well, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal one way or the other. The Lady Tigers would have gotten it out. Obviously, we'll see how the at-bat goes on here, but it's 0-2 with nobody out. And now 1-2. So that's going to miss low and away. Well, Alamo fans felt like they didn't get a call before that, and then it was a close pitch, which I think it was outside. But now you've got the ire of the crowd going a little bit with the 1-2 on the way. Fouled off, and we'll do it again. (4-1) Alamogordo, top of the 4th inning. About hitting the halfway point of this game. Alamo has now been able to push this lead out to give themselves a little bit more comfort. And it's a ground ball that's going to go foul, this time well foul. Up the first base line. And fortunately, I'm a little bit blinded by we've got some flags here that they always put up on the stands right here in front of us, and it's kind of hard to see first base, unfortunately. And here comes the 1-2. Couldn't get the outside corner. 2-2. So this will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And Madrid will step back in after drawing a few things out in the dirt before this next one. Here's a ground ball that'll be over towards second. They're going to go to second and get the force out there. So it's 4-6 on the fielder's choice. Madrid will end up at first, but there is one down. Pretty close play at second base. I thought for a second that Ortiz was just going to take the safe out at first, but she tossed it on to Amani, and they got the out there. So it'll be Addison Valles taking her second at-bat today. And that pitch will miss outside, a check swing, 1-0. That pitch was really cooking on the outside corner there, but it tailed off, and she didn't get the plate. The 1-0. That's low, and that's going to kick to the backstop, and that'll take the double play out of order. And puts a runner in scoring position here for Carlsbad. think the first wild pitch of the day for Lunar. And so a 2-0 count here to Vallejos. As the righty ready to go. And that's low and away, and that's going to get away from Evans, but she tosses it up and tried to get it over to third, but it came out of the glove of Davi. And so now a runner on third with 1 out, so a deep fly ball or a ground ball to the right side of the infield could bring in a run for Carlsbad. Time is called, and it looks like Madrid's going to need a second here, maybe just some dirt getting up into her mouth, and she's going to need a swig of water here she dove in headfirst into third, and she was really paying attention there. I talked about the little things. Those are the little things, because that one just sort of glanced off the glove of Evans. Didn't get away that far, but the runner was ready to go, and that's going to be low and away, and going to put the runner on. So it's first and second. And I think the reason for that is, hey, if you get a ground ball to the right side instead of the run scoring, you'll have at least a chance at turning 2. As Kendra Ortega, who grounded out to shortstop her first time up, will come to the plate. However, we'll see if Carlsbad will try a double steal here and send Vallejos. This will be fouled off back in our direction. And out of play, 0-1. Lunar ready to go. And goes to the spin ball, which rolls back to Evans, and the count evens up at 1-1. Now, Carlsbad has threatened every inning but the second inning. Had runners in scoring position, so they've had opportunities as that pitch hits the inside corner for a called strike. Ortega was almost backing out of the way, thinking that was coming in to hit her. And Lunar was able to catch that inside corner for the called strike. How big a strikeout would be here. 1-2. The pitch. Low and away. 2-2. She's not quite hitting those spots away as well. That was, I think, a pretty easy one for the hitter to lay off of. As Lunar is ready to go on the 2-2. And it's a liner right back. And they go to first. I think did they get the double play? They did. Yes, so a liner to Ortiz. She goes to first to Bautista. It's a double killing. And the Lady Tigers go to the bottom of the fourth with a 4-1 lead on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Double play ends the inning as the Lady Tigers hold on to a 3-run advantage.
This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. As we celebrate 70 years, we want to say thank you to our community for trusting us. We are honored to serve our neighbors, families, and small businesses. That's the First National Bank difference.
Member FDIC.
Are you starting your own business or looking to expand? This is Jackie at First National Bank. It's easy. Apply online at www.fnb4u.com. Let's get started.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all loans subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 111 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Class 5A first round state playoffs. Alamogordo in front of Carlsbad, 4-1. And it's Elise Roman to lead it off for the Lady Tigers. So we'll watch a first pitch in from Katrina Ortega. Elise has scored. She singled in the second inning and eventually was brought in on a wild pitch. The 0-1. And that's at the knees. A little bit of a late strike call, but 0-2. So it'll be 7, 8, 9 in the order for the Tigers here this inning. Roman, Rose, and Evans. And called strike 3 as that runs the inside corner. And that'll be strikeout number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. Making sure I was counting my scorebook there correctly. But 6 strikeouts for Katrina Ortega, who's kept her team in this game. I know Lady Tigers have been in front pretty much the whole way, but Lady Tigers had bases loaded with 1 out in the second. Had a chance to extend the lead and only gave up the 1 run. As Reagan Rose initially shows bunt, then swings and fouls it off back to the screen. She struck out her first time up, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And again, she foul tips at 0-2. Ortega ready. And the pitch going to miss up, 1-2. Trying to get Rose to chase after that. Right-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter. As we continue along in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-2. That's inside. And the count evens up at 2-2. Good battle back here for Rose. Two is right on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And so 2 down as the Lady Tigers will send up Chloe Evans. Evans a single in her first at-bat. 1 for 1 on the day as the center fielder. And catcher Kendra Ortega needs a second. Maybe a little dirt or sweat or sunscreen getting into her eye, it looks like. And it appears she's ready to go now. And so is Chloe Evans. The pitch from Ortega. And it's a bunt put down. And throw to first is going to be in time as Katrina Ortega makes the play. And the Lady Tigers down in order here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Continues to be 4-1. Lady Tigers in front on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk.
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other restrictions do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. And a ground ball to second, fielded cleanly by Ortiz as the leadoff hitter for Carlsbad, Brooklyn Cook, will ground out, and there's one down in the top of the fifth inning. So Amaris Martinez will come to the plate. She is the right fielder. Walk and a stolen base and a run scored back in the first, and then a strikeout in her first at-bat. It's 4-1 Lady Tigers in the top of the fifth on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And this is a win or go home game in this first round matchup. We'll have another one after this between Albuquerque High and Las Cruces High. As Martinez fouls the first pitch out of play at the first base side, 0-1. And that'll be in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. Fouled off pretty much the same direction. It'll catch the top of the netting, though, behind home plate. And the count is 1-2. This part of the order's had the most success today for Carlsbad. Reyes has been on twice. She's in the number 3 spot. Chester's also reached. The 1-2. Couldn't get that outside corner. Close pitch, but 2-2. Base is empty with one out. And gets the strikeout. Swing and a miss by Martinez. And there's 2 down. And that will be the 3rd, 4th, 5th strikeout of the day for Chloe Lunar. Remember, she threw a shutout the first time she faced Carlsbad. The Tigers and Alamogordo did score 6 runs there, but they certainly got a lot out of Lunar's pitching that day. And it hasn't been perfect by any means. Carlsbad's had runners in scoring position, is hitting that inside corner as Lunar. It's 0-1. Carlsbad's left, I think, 5 on in scoring position. 6 total runners left on base today. Alamo has had that for themselves as well. I think they've left 4 on in scoring position. Really good on the spin ball there. Swing and a miss from Reyes. That's the best one she's thrown. Most of them have gone into the dirt, but that one was riding the outside corner, and Reyes tried to offer at it, but that is just such a tough pitch to make contact with, or if you do, it's going to be weak contact probably. The 0-2. Swing and a miss and struck her out. Top of the order goes down 1, 2, 3. That's a big top of the 5th inning. And if Lunar can get him in order the rest of the way, last time she has to face that top of the order. We go to the bottom of the 5th with Alamogordo continuing to lead 4-1 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Congratulations, class of 2026. This is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. You have reached an incredible milestone, and we're so proud to celebrate this moment with you. As you step into what's next, know that your community is cheering you on. Keep believing in yourself and the endless possibilities ahead. Congratulations from all of us at First National Bank.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning with Alamogordo leading 4-1. Amani Kosum to lead it off for Alamogordo. Team's kind of gone even for even in terms of who's up to bat in various innings. 1, 2, 3 again. That was what it was for Carlsbad in the last inning. It's what it is for Alamogordo. Amani, 1 for 2. Just kind of stuck the bat out there and lifted a single in the left field in their last at-bat. Off-speed pitch is going to miss high from Ortega, 2-0. Kosum, our Tiger Athlete of the Week for this week. Very deserving season that she's had and work she's put in this team as she fouls this one out of play up the first base side. 2-1. Waiting for a softball to come in after that one got fouled off, and now we're ready to go. The 2-1. Swing and a miss way out in front of that. 2-2. Kosum was upset with herself after that. A little bit of a hit into the ground with the bat, and now ready to go. 2-2. And she'll foul this one off out of play. Again, sending it opposite side of the first base line, and 2-2. Here comes the pitch from Ortega. And just golf swings it out into the foul territory in the third base side. But keeps the at-bat going. It'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Lady Tigers like, I think, a little bit more insurance runs heading down the stretch here. They can get something out of the top of the order here because it might be the last time through this top of the order. That's going to be 3-2. Evans 0 for 1. Lunar 0 for 2. But all three in the top of the order have scored a run today. That's going to be a called strike 3 on the inner half of the plate. And a big strikeout there from Ortega. And she's been racking up the strikeouts today. That is now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 strikeouts for her. And the second time that she has struck out Kosum. As I said at the beginning of the game, Amani has not struck out very much this year. She has been a difficult out. Evans going to just get a piece of this one, foul it off, and it's 0-1. Haley reached on a hit by pitch, scored a run in the first, and she struck out in her second at-bat in the second inning. All the runs coming early in this game. 1 run for Carlsbad in the first, Alamo 3 in the first, 1 in the second. That's a strike that's in there. 0-2. Like Coach Reyes over in the third base box thought that was high. It was close. I think it probably got in there below the belt. As we await the 0-2. That's going to miss just a little bit up. 1-2. A little surprised Ortega didn't get the strikeout there. That was very close. The 1-2 to Evans. And she'll hit this in the air out towards center field. But just ranging to her right and moving in from the wall was Cook. And hardest hit ball for Evans today, but just comes up a little bit short from carrying out of the ballpark. And Chloe Lunar looking for her first hit of the day. Will come to the plate. She reached on an error in the first, would come around and score. She also has a stolen base, but she grounded out in her second at-bat. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. 2 outs and the base is empty. And one hop back to the catcher from Katrina Ortega to Kendra Ortega. 1-0 and hearing some words of encouragement from her dad, who's the first base coach. And she'll hit this one up the first base line. That's a fair ball. Lunar will reach first on a single. Jess was able to get that past Rentner over at first. And the Lady Tigers put a runner on. We'll see. I think we're going to get a courtesy runner for Lunar. And we'll see who the Lady Tigers decide to go with. They're running 7 on their bench today. I think it'll probably end up being Pittman, just based on what we've seen this year, but they haven't brought anybody on yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it is Jocelyn Pittman. Okay, so Jocelyn Pittman will come on and run for the Lady Tigers. And so the home plate umpire has adjusted his lineup card. And Davi Gonzalez, who has the big hit of the day, a 3-run home run back in the first. It is the difference. We'll try to come up big again. Well, the runner on first. We'll see if Alamogordo wants to be aggressive with Pittman and put her into scoring position. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. There is nobody there to cover the bag, though. Ball gets into the outfield. Pittman's going to try to go to third, and she is going to be out by a mile there. Well, that was a mistake. She saw it get into the outfield and decided to try to get to third, and so the Lady Tigers will see the inning end. So it'll be Davi Gonzalez to hit when the bottom of the 6th rolls around. We go to the top of the 6th. Carlsbad still trying to cut into a 4-1 deficit. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. We're in the top of the 6th inning. 4, 5, and 6 in the order here for Carlsbad as Chloe Lennar continues in the circle. Behind in the count, 1-0. And trying to hit that outside corner and again misses outside. It's 2-0 here to Michaela Chester, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning and grounded out in her next at-bat, and that's going to miss high to her. And 3-0. Now, Carlsbad running out of opportunities here, but they've kept this game within striking distance. 3-run deficit by no means insurmountable. And that's going to miss low. So it's a 4-pitch walk. That is the 4th walk surrendered by Lunar today. And it'll bring up Katrina Ortega, who has grounded out and struck out in her 2 at-bats. As the righty steps in. And fouled off and out of play, and the count is 0-1. And the pitch is going to be in the dirt, but Evans able to keep that in front of her, and the count will even up at 1-1. Bunt laid down, but fouled off back to the screen. And now 1-2 here to Katrina Ortega. Nobody out. Ground ball to second. And it'll be an easy grab there for Ortiz. She'll toss it on to first. The runner does advance to second. I think that was a hit and run because Chester was, by the time that was a hard hit ball, by the time it got to Ortiz, she was almost at the bag at second there. So I think she was running right away on that. But the Lady Tigers will definitely take outs. Carlsbad down to their last 5 outs. Swing and a miss from Anya Rentner. She is 1 for 2, singled in the 4th inning and grounded out back in the 1st. The 0-1. Trying to hit that outside corner. That just tails off. 1-1. And a ground ball that'll go up the middle. That's a base hit. This could score a run. Evans comes home with it, but they are going to get her. She is out. What a throw from Evans to Evans. Chloe Evans. As Carlsbad got pretty aggressive there. That was not that deep of a into the outfield, but kudos to Chloe on charging the ground ball. She came right at it to make sure she got to it quickly. It's a single for Rentner. She ends up at second on the throw, but the run does not score. And there's 2 down. So it'll bring up Allison Madrid, who has struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice. 0 for 2, and she'll send this foul off the netting over to the first base side, 0 for 1. Now, there's been some big fielding plays with Lady Tigers, the double play that ended the 4th inning. And that one's going to stand out as well as it keeps it a 3-run game. The 0-1. And that's going to be a ground ball that's hit towards first. Is that going to be a fair ball? It is. Umpire says fair ball. I think it went off the bag at first. And so Bautista was able to get to it and step on the bag. And that is the final out of the 6th inning. So 3 unassisted. And the big play, Chloe Evans, who gets the runner out at home base after a single by Rentner. And Chester trying to score from second, unable to get in there. We go to the bottom 6. Lady Tigers try to add on some insurance runs here in the first round of the Class 5A state playoffs. They lead 4-1. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other terms do apply. All subject credit approval rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Davi Gonzalez will hit it to second. Reyes will field that cleanly. Toss on to first, and a very quick first out in the bottom of the sixth for Alamogordo. 4-3 on the putout, and there's one down in the bottom of the sixth, and we'll see Iceland Ortiz come to the plate for the third time. She has struck out and grounded out. Davi out quickly in this inning, but we can't overstate enough how huge that home run was in the first inning. Didn't think that would be the end of it, and a soft little pop-up back to the catcher's circle, or pitcher's circle, I should say. And Ortega is able to just kind of get at the tip of her glove and secure the second out. Going to bring up Alyssa Bautista, a strikeout and a ground out in her 2 tries. And she's going to get some final instructions from Coach Fernando Lunar. As Bautista will try to get something started here with 2 outs. And she'll watch that one miss high. And the count's 1-0. So winner of this game plays tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Been seeing the Albuquerque High players and the Las Cruces High players kind of milling around as they'll be playing on this field as soon as this game is over. And it's at the knees in there for a strike, 1-1. And, of course, Alamogordo hoping to be in that. Carlsbad will have one more opportunity in the top of the 7th to try to change up the result. And that's going to drop low. Good job by Bautista to hold up on that swing. That was a good off-speed pitch from Katrina Ortega. She very nearly got that right on the inside corner. Righty versus lefty here, the 2-1. That's going to miss up, 3-1. And with 2 strikes, you just keep the at-bat going. If you can get on base, maybe you give yourself that extra insurance run. Never know how big that could be. So an inning that has gone pretty quick so far for Carlsbad. Lady Tigers try to keep it alive if they can. 3-1's a called strike on the outside corner. 3-2. And it certainly seemed like Coach Reyes thought that they had picked up ball 4 there, but 3-2 with 2 outs and the base is empty. Here's the pitch to Bautista. Swings and misses, and the inning is over. Second strikeout of the day for her. I believe that's 10 strikeouts now for Katrina Ortega, but the Lady Tigers, the only number they care about right now is the next 3 outs. They go to the top of the 7th on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, leading 4-1. You're listening to Lady Tiger Fast Pitch on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Hi, I'm Rachel with First National Bank. This year marks our 70th anniversary, and through every decade, one thing has remained constant: our dedication to community. We live here, we work here, and we're invested in the success of our neighbors. While big banks look outward, we stay rooted right here, building relationships that help our community thrive. That's the difference at First National Bank.
Putting you first is in our name. First National Bank.
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Almost Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As Chloe Lennar misses on the first offering to Emery Bland, who will pinch hit. She was being flexed out. Addison Vallejos struck out and walked in her 2 tries, as this time Lennar gets it on the outside corner, and the count evens up at 1-1. So it's 8-9, and then 1 in the order for Carlsbad. As their last opportunity to try to cut into a 3-run lead for Alamogordo. 1-1 and a ground ball that's fouled up the first base line. 1-2 now. So it'll be Kendra Ortega, and then following her, Brooklyn Cook. Carlsbad with 4 hits on the day. Neither order's really got it going in this game. I think Alamogordo only has 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry. Lady Tigers have 5. And here comes the 2-2. Couldn't get the outside corner. Lennar wanted that. 3-2. Trying to run along that outside corner. That's been her spot all season that she tries to hit. And so Lennar winds and deals. And a ground ball foul. And we'll do it all again. So big in the top of the 7th inning to get that first out. Just kind of calms things down a little bit. Lennar ready to go now. 3-2 again. And hard hit ground ball again by Bland as she's battling in this at-bat. It'll be the 8th pitch coming up next. Just joining us, 4-1, Lady Tigers in front in the top of the 7th inning. Carlsbad got the lead early, 1-0 on an RBI single from Maricela Reyes. And then a 3-run home run from Davi Gonzalez gave Alamogordo the lead, and they haven't given it up since. Ground ball to the left side. Kosum, toss on to first, in time. And so the Lady Tigers get the first out. 6-3 on the putout. That was kind of a slow-rolling ground ball. So Kosum, once she got to it, had to be very quick with the motion and getting it over to first base. And so Kendra Ortega will come to the plate. She is 0 for 2, lined into a double play. Last time up, a ground out to short in her first at-bat. And low and away. Asking if she went. First base umpire says no. And here comes the 1-0. It's a high pop-up that'll get out of play. And the count evens up at 1-1. Lennar pretty patient in between pitches here, taking her time. And she's ready with the 1-1. And a soft little pop-up on the spin ball. It's going to get behind home plate and hit off the netting, and 1-2 now. Got a foul ball coming rolling into the field. Umpire grabs that. And we're ready to go here with 1-2. 1 out, base is empty, top of the 7th. Lady Tigers trying to close out the win. That's going to miss low and away. And the count evens up at 2-2. Lennar deals. Fouled off again, out of play. And the count evens up at 2-2. So going back, Lady Tigers got that 3-run home run in the first inning. They would add on one more in the second on the wild pitch that scored Elise Roman. Really, since then, the Lady Tigers, I think they actually went down in order every inning since the second. This is hit high in the air out towards left field. Rose grabs that. Tell you what, the outfielders have been kind of not busy today on both sides. We just haven't seen a lot of fly balls into the outfield. And so there's 2 down as Rose grabs it. And Brooklyn Cook, who's 1 for 3, comes to play with 2 outs for Carlsbad in the top of the 7th, and her team down by 3 runs. Single back in the 3rd, ground out to first, ground out to second in her other 2 tries. And that'll miss outside, 1-0. Only lefty in the Carlsbad lineup, facing left-handed pitching Lenar. But Carlsbad has gotten back to the top of the order here. They've had, I'd say, more success in this part of the order than they have anywhere else. And again, missing high, 2-0. And this is lifted in the air out to center field, and a grab by by Evans, and this one is over. The Lady Tigers have won it 4-1. The 2-seed advances in the Class 5A state playoffs over the 15-seed Carlsbad, and the Lady Tigers will play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Again, your final score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard: the Lady Tigers 4, the Cave Girls 1. We'll come back and wrap it up on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Start your summer projects with a home equity loan from OFCU. May and June offers reduced fixed rates as low as 5.99% APR for first lien or 6.99% APR for second lien. Use your home's equity and save for those remodels, repairs, or outdoor upgrades. Apply online at oterofcu.org. Local, experience, trusted. Other restrictions do apply. All subject to credit approval. Rates are based on credit worthiness. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan those special vacations, those home improvements, and simply pay off those high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All else subject to credit approval.
Hi, I'm Michael with First National Bank. We've been serving our community for 70 years. Our mission is still simple, putting people first. We're local and invested in helping our community thrive. That's what sets First National Bank apart.
Member FDIC.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. The Alamogordo Lady Tigers winners, the number 2 seed in Class 5A advances after beating Carlsbad 4-1, the number 15 seed. All the scoring coming early in this game. Carlsbad would get on the board in the first on an RBI single from Maricela Reyes as she scored Amaris Martinez. Martinez had walked and stole a base, and she would come in and score. The Lady Tigers would get out of that inning, though, with just one run across. Carlsbad left 2 in scoring position on the second and third inning, or in the first inning. it was on second and third. Meanwhile, for the Lady Tigers in the first inning, it was a huge hit from Davi Gonzalez. They got on with a hit by pitch and an error from Evans and Lunar, and then a 3-run home run to straightaway center. And that was the decider in the game. That was all the Lady Tigers ended up needing. And a good thing as well, because Alamo didn't really get much going offensively for the remainder of the game. In the second inning, they would add on 1 run. They would load the bases with 1 out on singles from Elise Roman, Chloe Evans, and Amani Kosum. And Roman would score on a wild pitch to make it 4-1. The Lady Tigers essentially went down in order the rest of the game. They did get on with a single in the 5th, but the runner was caught trying to advance to third after stealing second, the ball going into the outfield. Carlsbad had many more opportunities in the third inning. They had a single and then a walk from Cook and Reyes, but a ground out and a strikeout, and again they left 2 runners in scoring position. In the fourth inning, they would have runners on the corners and hit into a line-out double play to second, and then they threw to first to get the runner there. And in the 6th inning, just got 1 runner on, but they did get a runner up to second base, but left her on. And then in that last inning, ground out, pop out, and ground outs. No, pop out to finish up the game. I was trying to think what exactly ended the game there. It was a line out to center field. So the Lady Tigers able to secure the victory. And as I said, I figured this was going to be a competitive game. It was, 6-0 early in the season. Alamo didn't, just run past them. And I said, I think this was a Carlsbad team that was probably a little bit better than that 15 seed that they got. And just know Carlsbad, I mean, they're such a solid program year in and year out. Kind of unusual for them as a 15 seed, but you knew that they were going to make this difficult. And I'll tell you what, Katrina Ortega was stellar. I mean, outside of, I guess you'd say a mistake or, one giving up that one big hit, she really held the Lady Tigers in check the entire game. So can't state enough, Carlsbad grabs the early lead. If Alamo doesn't find a way to score in that first inning, boy, this game just has a completely different feel to it. Whereas it kind of felt like Alamogordo was in control most of the way. Gosh, what a big difference a 2-3 run lead makes for the home team and the higher seed as well. That's such a tough thing to figure. So Lunar gave up 1, 2, 3, 4 hits in this game, just 4 hits. She would strike out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she did give up a number of walks. I think she walked 4. She also had a hit by pitch in this game. So gave up another 5 base runners or so to Carlsbad. Hitting for the Lady Tigers, Amani Kosum 1 for 3. Haley Evans was 0 for 2, but the hit by pitch and a run scored. Chloe Lenar was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Davi Gonzalez 1 for 3, but 3 RBIs and the home run and the run scored. And Elise Roman was 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Chloe Evans 1 for 2 for the Lady Tigers. So that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. As always, we appreciate you tuning in. We'll be on the air tomorrow morning at 10:45 a.m. for the Alamogordo Lady Tigers and the Las Cruces Bulldogs or the Albuquerque High School Bulldogs. They are out on the field getting into their warm-ups, and we'll get started, I'm sure, here in about 10 to 15 minutes. So best of luck to those two teams. We do know the Lady Tigers will be playing the Bulldogs. Is it the Bulldogs spelled the correct way or the Bulldogs stored with the AWGS? Who knows? But a team that Alamogordo's seen a ton of in Las Cruces this year. That'll be a tough matchup, but Albuquerque High's had a great year as well, as they very nearly won that district. Los Lunas just edged them out, and Los Lunas ended up as the number 4 seed. So 2 really good teams coming up. Best of luck to them. Again, your final score on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, number 2 seed Alamogordo defeats number 15 seed Carlsbad 4-1, and the Lady Tigers advance to the double elimination portion of the Class 5A state tournament. And we'll play that first game in the double elimination part of it tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thanks to all of our sponsors, Otero Federal Credit Union, bringing you the post-game show and the pregame show. First National Bank, the winner's circle, Ochoa Stucco, and your scoreboard sponsor, Ryan Richardson Motor Company. Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here from the Lady Tiger Fast Pitch Complex. Have a good rest of your Friday.
Nearly half a century ago, the New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo opened to chronicle the state's participation in mankind's steps to live and work in space.
Alamogordo, New Mexico, home of the State Hall of Fame.
These are the stories of the land of enchantment's space frontier.
Space Hall of Fame.